Fellow district leaders, welcome. I'm Distinguished Toastmaster and current District 61 Director Ronald Servant. Today is February 21st. If you look at the calendar, you might see a date. But if you look at our program year, you see a defining moment. We have officially entered the final third of our Toastmasters year. For some, this timeline creates anxiety. They look at the dashboards, they see the empty boxes, and they feel the pressure mounting. But for us, district leaders, this is the exact time for focus. We are not just chasing numbers on a spreadsheet. We are delivering on a promise. The Toastmasters brand promise is specific, empowering individuals through personal and professional development. Every time a club achieves a goal in the Distinguished Club program, it is proof that this promise is being kept. When a club achieves an education goal, it means a member found their voice. When a club achieves a membership goal, it means a guest found a community. Today, we aren't just looking at what the goals are, we will dig into how to achieve them and why they matter. Our goal for the next 15 minutes is to give you a clear, actionable roadmap to help you, every club in your area and division, finish the year with strength and pride. Let's ground ourselves in the basics. As you visit your clubs this month, you might be tempted to just run through the list of 10 goals. But I want you to reframe that conversation. The DCP consists of 10 goals divided into 4 categories: education, membership, training, and administration. Think of these categories not as a checklist, but as the vital organs of a healthy club. Education is the heartbeat. If members aren't speaking, the club is flatlining. Membership is the lifeblood. Without new life, the system stagnates. Training and administration are the backbone. They provide the structure that holds everything else up. When you speak to your club presidents, ask them, which part of your club needs the most attention in this moment? Is the heartbeat strong? Is the structure stable? Let's break down exactly what may be needed in each category. First, let's look at education. Goals 1 through 6. This is where we track membership progress and pathways. To achieve all 6 goals, a club needs a specific mix of awards. 4 level 1s, 2 level 2s, and so on. But here is where many clubs get stuck. I want to share a scenario with you. Let's call him Joe. Joe is a high achiever. He loves Toastmasters. In July, Joe completes a level 1 in presentation mastery. The club submits it. Goal 1 gets a point. Fantastic. But Joe is on a roll, and by December, he finishes a level 1 in a second path, dynamic leadership. The VPE gets ready to submit it for DCP credit. Stop. This is the most common misunderstanding in the program. The rule is a club receives credit for only one type of education award per member per year. In our scenario, the club will not receive a credit for Joe's second level 1 toward the DCP. They already used his level 1 slot for the year. Now, does this mean Joe shouldn't do the speech? Of course not. Joe should still give speeches and get credit personally. But for the Distinguished Club program, the VPE needs another member to contribute to the level 1 goal. Why does this rule exist? It exists to prevent a club from riding the back of one superstar. We don't want the Joe show. We want a club where 4 different people are empowered to reach level 1. Your action item. Challenge your VPEs to look at their charts. If they are relying on Joe to hit all the goals, they are at risk. Encourage them to pivot Joe into a mentor role. Have him help a new member, Sarah, reach her level 1. That is how you build a healthy club. Now that we've covered the educational hurdles, let's pivot to the vitality of the club, membership. Goals 7 and 8 require net growth. We need new members. We know that for many of our clubs, especially those meeting online, getting guests through the door is the hardest part. You have asked for strategies beyond the standard open house. Well, let's look at 3 specific tactics you can use in March. Strategy 1, the Bring a Friend meeting. Sometimes the term open house feels like too much pressure. It implies balloons, food, and a keynote speaker. Instead, bring a friend night. It's a regular meeting, but every member is challenged to simply invite one colleague or neighbor. It's low stakes, but high impact. Strategy 2, the reinstatement strategy. Did you know that goals 7 and 8 count reinstated members? Every club has members who drifted away last year. Maybe life got busy. Maybe they took a break. March is the perfect time to call them. Scripted for your officers. We missed you. We have a great meeting coming up. Come visit. Often a member who has not returned simply needs an open and welcome permission to come back. Strategy 3, digital visibility. This is the why behind the what. Think about the moments of truth. The very first moment of truth is first impressions. Today, that first impression happens on Google, not at the door. If a guest searches for a public speaking club in your city and they find a Toastmasters link, does it work? Is the meeting time correct? Is the Zoom link active? If that link is broken, we lose them before we ever meet them. Remind your officers to update their Find a Club page through Club Central on Toastmasters.org immediately. It is the easiest membership strategy we have. Let's move to Goal 9, training. We are in a critical window. The second training period, November through February, is less than a week away from ending. Why do we insist on 4 officers? Why isn't 1 enough? Imagine a club where only the president knows the rules. That president burns out. But when you have 4, or better yet, all 7 officers trained, you create synergy. You have a treasurer who understands the budget, a VPE who understands the DCP, a VPM who understands recruitment. They share the load. District leader action. Check your reports this week. If you see a club that has trained only 3 officers, call them. Help them find that 4th person and match them to an online training event. If they miss this goal, they lose the Smedley or President's Distinguished chance this year. Save them now. And quickly, Goal 10, administration. The deadline is April 1st. This is the renewal cycle. It's a health check. If a club struggles to get 8 people to renew, it's a warning sign. Catch it early. If the club was unsuccessful in submitting their October renewals on time, yet submitted their club officer list last June on time, they still have an opportunity to earn this point. Often they are unaware of that detail and leave a point on the table. Proactively ensure your club has every opportunity to earn Goal 10 and be the best quality they can be. We have discussed the goals. Now let's look at the rule that determines if the club qualifies for the Distinguished Club program, regardless of achievement of the goals within the program. This is the qualifying requirement. First, a club would have needed to have submitted its club success plan by September 30th, or they do not qualify for the Distinguished Club program. Further, to qualify, a club must meet the goals and have 20 members or a net growth of at least 3 members at June 30th. Let's walk through 2 scenarios so you can explain this to your club. Scenario A, the large club. This club starts the year with 30 members. They are strong. After the April renewals, they have only 22 members. Are they eligible? Yes, because they still have over 20 members. They are safe. Scenario B, the small club. This club starts the year with 12 members. They work hard, they recruit great people. They end the year with 16 members. They are not at 20, but did they grow? They started with 12, they ended with 16. That is a net growth of +4 members. Are they eligible? Yes, because they met the net growth of 3 requirement. This is the lifeline for our smaller clubs. Make sure they know they don't have to climb the mountain to 20 immediately. They just need to grow by 3. To qualify for Select Distinguish, you need 20 members or a net growth of +5. President's Distinguish, you need 20 members. In the new Smedley Distinguish, you need 25 or more members. And once they qualify, the number of goals determines the titles. 5 goals, Distinguish; 7 goals, Select; 9 goals, Presidents; 10 goals, Smedley. So what is the plan? Here is your timeline for the final trimester. March, audit and encourage. Find the Joes and pivot them to mentorship. Find the Sarahs who are one speech away. Update those website links. April, renew and recruit. Secure the renewals early. Run that bring a friend meeting. May, momentum. If a club is still short on members, May is the time for a speechcraft workshop. It brings in non-members and converts them just in time for the deadline. June, celebration. Submit every pending award and finish strong. Fellow leaders, our district mission is to build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. When we support a club in the Distinguished Club program, we are living our core values: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Let's go to our teams with this roadmap. Let's show them that the DCP is a badge of honor. It proves we are changing lives and living our brand promise to empowering individuals through personal and professional development. Thank you for your leadership in District 20. Let's make these final months count for our members.